This slide shows common types of assessments: formative, diagnostic, and summative, and the various times within instruction we use these types of assessments. Summative assessments are often assessments typically used for accountability, resource allocation, and measure of mastery over time based on a set of standards. The goal is to evaluate student learning, proficiency, or success at the end of an instructional unit, course, or year by comparing it against a standard or benchmark. Evaluating the effectiveness of school improvement goals, curriculum alignment, and possibly even student placement in various programs, for example, accelerated or AP courses. Summative assessments happen too far down the learning path to provide information at the classroom level and to make instructional adjustments and interventions during the learning process. These help you inform how students did holistically over time and plan for future work, such as updates to curriculum, scope, sequence, pacing. Overall, how successful were students in each grade? Is there a specific grade or population that we need more specific information on to support them in the future work? There are two types of summative assessments: curriculum assessments, which happen throughout the year based on a set of standards. How did the students do in Unit 2 multiplication strategies and fact fluency after 2 months of instruction with various lessons pertaining to multiplication? And then there are outcome assessments, are the other type of summative assessment that measures a student's learning over a course of the year compared to end of year benchmarks or standards. For example, by the end of third grade, students should be able to represent and solve problems involving multiplication and division, understand properties of multiplication and the relationship between multiplication and division, multiply and divide within 100, solve problems involving the four operations, and identify and explain patterns in arithmetic, develop understanding of fractions as numbers, solve problems involving measurement and estimation of intervention, and many other third grade Common Core standards. Summative assessments help us evaluate to see how those students did against those third grade standards. Summative assessments, both curricular and outcome, can be beneficial data second level as teams determine students' at-risk status for the following year. The summative assessments from previous instruction or even the previous year can help to confirm identification of risk and maximize the accuracy of identifications. These are not great initial predictors of risk status as they only assess content from a specific grade level, but they can be beneficial as a second level to support the identification from a universal screener. We want to use summative assessment data in connection with our screening data to determine the accuracy of our identification. Some schools have found that to help accurately classify students at risk, they're using a second level screener. For example, a school might use a STAR math screener as their initial screen and then gather more information regarding the false positives and false negatives by administering another assessment, MBSP or CBM, to students between a certain level, which in turn has helped them to more accurately classify their at-risk students, improve intervention effectiveness, and more adequately use resources and personnel at the school level.